Okay, so here we are. This is the a race analysis of the Joe Martin Stage 1. This is about a 113-mile road race, rolling hills, climbs, everything, and ends with 3 significant quick rollers that really start off here in a minute whenever we take a left-hander off this road. So that's kind of why everyone's racing right now. We get the whole team lined out to get me and Stephen in position. The main goal is to get us in the best position we can to the bottom of the climb and see what we can do. There's really nothing, no teams in control of the field right now with it being stage 1. No one's in the yellow jersey, no one's trying to control. So it's kind of a free-for-all, and you'll see that here as we go along. There's a lot of swarming. Everyone thinks they can win today, and so our objective is obviously to win. So here we go into this big left-hander, and really the road turns in from a highway into kind of this like rough pavement. And then you'll have this little kicker here. Everyone's still fighting in position, but we're in a good spot right here. I think Steven's on my wheel. They're probably in the first 20 wheels or so to take us into this climb, which you see now. This is the end of about a 2 to 3 minute effort, and it's really steep here. As you can see, 17%, going 5 miles an hour, just kicking it all you can get. And really, I thought that the race was going to blow up a little bit more on this climb. As you can see, Elevate's really giving us some gas over the top here. I think this is Jordan Cheney on the front, and everyone's struggling, but really, after this climb, you go downhill and then straight into the next one. So that's what we're looking at here, and as you can see, it didn't really string out, it didn't really break up. Everyone's still together, everyone's in still with the shot. So some quick descents, ripping down here at 50 miles an hour, and then all of a sudden, it's just all back together. So the field's Grupo Compacto, and everyone's just racing flat to get in position. You see Ryan is trying to get me in position, squeezes through a gap that only Ryan can make, which is pretty typical, but I just jump right on his wheel, and his job is to get me to the front. It looks like he's about done here, and we're going here, and I start to make up, and then there's this pothole. I have to swap a little paint with, I think that's Alexander Cohen there, and jumping around the back of this Floyd's train, and everyone's just fighting to stay in this top 10 wheels, and that's really going to be the main gist of the day until we take a final right-hander into the base of the finishing climb. So I tell Ryan here, yeah, I'm on your wheel, and he's like, dude, I'm tired. Go, it's all on your own. You're just going 30 miles an hour here. So I kind of slot back in, and it's going to be me, and I'm going to try and link up with Steven. You see him a little bit up here, but really full gas. The bunch is really testy here. You can see everyone's trying to race, and I'm thinking, man, I'm a little bit too far back. Let's move up. You can see a little argy-bargy here in a minute. I think there's a little bit of push here on the hip coming up, which is normal, but I'm really just trying to move up just slightly. There's the push on the hip. I can tell Floyd's just trying to move their guy up, so I'm thinking, okay, I'm just going to latch on the back of this train. So I jump as they go, push them to the front of the field. Tell Andrew, hey man, come on, let me through, give me a little bit of a favor, and he does, and yeah, we're just going flat out. Everyone's really racing. There's tons of positioning going on. I'm eating a lot of wind. I'm thinking this probably isn't the best situation. I move up a couple spots on this outside of this corner, somewhat sheltered. I mean, there's only so much you can do when you're going 30 miles per hour. But I really want to conserve energy here, and you see I get stuck out in the wind, and just in time, you're going to see Ben kind of come up my left-hand side here, right there. I jump onto his wheel. He takes me to the front of the field because he's a great teammate, and that's really what it takes. Everyone working together. I think Steven's pretty close to me as well, so he's hopefully on my rear wheel. You can see this starts off Benny versus everyone. So he's about to take on about 3 different lead-out trains, going full gas. I sped it up a little bit. And you can see here we're going 30 miles an hour, so he's doing a heck of a turn on the front. We're doing 300 and something watts on his wheel just to stay on it. Kind of sheds off this Ebola rider for a little bit, kind of tries to get in the draft. Really, this is invaluable. So now we're less than 5-10 minutes away from the base of the climb, and now I'm at the very front of the field. I know Steven's right behind me, and I'm about ready to light it up. Even again, just to take off to the front and really give Steve a clear shot at this climb. Then Elevate starts to come over the front here, so I slot into their train and really just try and conserve energy as much as I can. You can see Ben is really starting to swing here, so he goes back, and I just shift and start to surf some wheels sprinter style here. So here we go. We got 2 corners left until the finishing climb. We got this one here, swing up on the left, I go up the inside, and then everyone's sprinting out of this corner, holding position. It's pretty much where you are right now. You're not going to make up very many ground. So all that work that the team did to get me in position and get Steve in position, who you haven't seen, is invaluable. So here's the final right-hander into the climb. You can see I'm a little far back here. And this Fayetteville rider is about to leave the door open on the inside. So I'm thinking, can I squeeze up there? And sure enough, I do. It's really all about, it's so steep. This first part of the pitch is so steep. It's all about conserving as much speed as you can here, just to get you at least part up the way of the climb. And you see already out of the gate, 112 miles in your day, you're doing 800 something watts. Does not feel very good. You can see with the heart rate spiking up to 189. There's a little dig here by a DC bank rider, and I'm seeing Steve just jump immediately on his wheel, and I can tell he's on a good day. Just because he's so antsy, cannot wait to attack almost. He's looking around thinking, should I go now? Should I go now? And the way this climb is structured, you have this steep kicker, and it levels off here a little bit, and then it kicks up again, and you'll have these flat pitches. So you have very, very steep pitches and then very flat pitches. At the very end, there's like a 3 or 4% drag up to the line, which is where all the sprinting is going to be done. So it's really all about sprinting as hard as you can and surviving. Obviously, I'm starting to hurt here. I'm hitting 190 heart rate, which is high for me. But I know that if I can just get to the top of this little rise, which is right out of this right-hander here, I can go along this flat section. And really, what I'm trying to do is see if I can win the stage or Steve can win the stage. Pretty much, it's all bets are off now. And there's not many people behind us that are going to be contesting. I think this is pretty much the select group that's happening here. So you see Steve, once again, jumps immediately onto an attack. I can tell he's feeling good. So I'm thinking, okay, how can we best set up Steve? How can we use this to our advantage here? There's not very many teammates here. You see DC Bank has 2, maybe Elevate has 1 or 2. That's pretty much it. Floyd's might have another one. And you see Fayetteville just spent one of their riders. So now it's pretty much almost everyone has 1 teammate. Steve and I have 2. So I'm trying to think, how can I best set up Steve? And that might be, if I can survive this steep kicker, which I am right now, there's an attack going, Steve answers that. Now when I get to the top of this flat pitch, everyone's going to be wanting to recover, and I'm thinking, how can I not let them recover? Because if we get less than people recover, maybe they have some sprint, and I know Steve has a good pop, but he's maybe not the best sprinter in this group. So I'm thinking, okay, everyone's sitting up here at the front. I'm going to jump, and if I jump, then so these people are going to sit up and watch me go, and I'm going to win, or everyone's going to chase me down. Steve gets a free ride, and he can jump around me. So right here, boom, jump, attack. And I initially think that Steve was going to cover my own attack, and I really wanted to let a gap go and see if people would chase it down. That's just another testament to how good he was feeling. And I give it some full gas, almost as hard as I can here. You can see my heart rate is really peaking out, and I'm doing as much as I can. I'm going 29 miles an hour, and it's a weird pacing because I'm thinking, do I have to make it to the finish or not? I have a little gap, and I can start seeing people chase me down. I look back, and all of a sudden, Steve's jumping around my wheel, so I push off to the right just to give him a little bit of gap, touching the brakes through here, actually, to slow everyone up. Actually, I should have closed the gap on that corner a little more. Tyler Stites was able to sneak up on the inside, but boom, re-accelerating back into wheels. Right here, I'm thinking, okay, maybe I can get second. Maybe I can get second. Steve's got a good gap. He's going to hold it. Man, these guys just kept going so blasted fast, and I was really hurting, paying for not recovering in that flat section there. So you see, I'm still giving it full stick, but these guys just got a little extra more. And right here, I see Steve's buried across the line. I see his hand go in the air. And you gotta enjoy the wins, man. Right about here, I was like, oh yeah, it's a stage race. I probably should cross the line. Time kind of matters. But yeah, got Steve the win. That's how it's done. Across the line, 10 seconds down, and Steve's in the yellow jersey, and yeah, all smiles from here. rest of the week spent defending yellow jersey. I got a video coming up on the crit here, how we did that in the last couple of days. So check that out, and be sure to subscribe.
That was awesome.
Dude, perfect. I didn't want you to think I was chasing you down.
No, I know.
I was like, if I get to this corner, I just punch it.
I slide in behind you, hit the brakes a little bit.
Dude, perfect job, guys.
Dude. Good job, guys.